In my experience, people, rather like cakes, are a mix of different ingredients. Things like friends, family, places they've been. My name is Hope Leone, and today I'd like to take the chance to introduce myself, to offer a little taste of who I am. Having known myself for 22 years, there's a whole feast of information that I could share, but I've tried to cut it up into smaller pieces to help aid in digestion and hopefully avoid boring you to tears. These pieces are family, interests, and my education. I'd like to start with my family. I have two sisters, Melina and Catriona, one brother, Chase, a mother, Monique, and a father, Richard. Chase and Catriona are my younger siblings, and Melina is my fraternal twin, best friend, and polar opposite. Not only do we look nothing alike, but she has organizational skills and was born seemingly with the practicality of a 40-year-old. When she was a kid, she wanted to grow up to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be a horse, and then a witch. Melina moved out of the house this past May, and I'm hoping to follow her soon on two legs. I love my family, and they're a really important part of my life, but sharing a room with your 13-year-old sister can be a little trying. It helps, though, that we have a lot of things in common. We're both creative. She likes to draw, I like to do crafts, and we both like to read, which is a particularly important interest of mine. I've been reading since I was small. Not surprising that some of my favorite stories were about horses and witches. And I've always had a huge appreciation for stories. I loved listening to them, and then I loved telling them. I would tell them to my friends on the playground, and as soon as a family friend got me a diary, I started writing them down. I got really into scary stories. I love ghost stories and mysteries. I read a lot of R.L. Stine. But I didn't start taking the hobby seriously until I had to write a scary story for class as a Halloween-themed assignment. I got to read it out loud, in the dark, holding up flashlights, and not only were the reactions of my peers incredible, but my teacher actually ended up submitting it for a contest, and the fact that she thought it was that good and that I had that much talent had a huge impact on me. She'd already done so much to help me learn and grow, but that was the one thing that really pushed me to start honing my talent and made me believe that now when people asked me what I wanted to be when I grow up, I have a real answer, which is an author. Now, author might not require you to have 4 legs as a job, but it's still a pretty lofty goal, and one that requires kind of backup. Now, the impact that teachers had had on my life up to that point taught me that writing wasn't my only passion, and I decided that I wanted to be a teacher. After graduating high school, I went to Oglethorpe University to study English, since they didn't have a successful author major. Now, it's a lovely school. It looks like a castle. There are tons of interesting class options and professors, but even with a scholarship, loans, and grants, it proved a little too costly for my family to afford, and that, combined with a few more personal issues, I guess you could call them, I was forced to come home, and I started working at Walgreens, which is simple but satisfying, and it's helping me make enough money to afford classes now at HCC, where my focus is education. I'm really excited to get my AA and get back to a 4-year university where I can finish my English degree, and then hopefully become an English teacher and an author. And there you have it. A little slice of Hope Leone made up of the bite-sized pieces of my family, interests, and education. Not exactly a delicious cake, but not bad, right?